Hello, good evening, and welcome to Management Monday, where I will be playing Empires of the Undergrowth. For the last time in a while, probably, so if that's the game you're interested in, I really hope you're here tonight. So, the plan today is to go and grind some of the previous challenges that I had done to try to build up the amount of food in my prime colony again, so that I can attempt the Formicarium challenge another time. So, we're gonna have to see how well that goes. Oh boy. So let's get right into it. Got my colony here, ready to go. Still not enough food stored though. As you can see, we have slightly more than half the food that we could have, and I really want all that food for the challenge. So, that being said, I was attempting the challenge level on Rising Tide last week, and that was going in a very unfun way, I have to admit. It was not good. I was definitely not having fun with that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just run Queen of the Hill here as a basic game without the challenge mode on, and see if I can't be successful and ask for the extra food prize. Because, yeah, I just don't know. Those devil larvae are just, And I'm going to take the mortar ants because I prefer them. That AoE damage is no joke. So, let's go in and replay this and hope that I remember what I did last time that was successful. Alright, start by getting at
the Formica,
the
Rufa,
forward.
and Fusca colonies have established themselves on this beach. Those nearest to the water's edge have enjoyed the first pick of the washed-up seafood for the past few days. However, as the sun and moon near alignment and the first spring tide of the month approaches, high tide draws nearer to these intrepid ants. Seemingly aware of their circumstances, these colonies are preparing to relocate to higher ground. There is only one way up the bank, and the route is currently occupied by a small Rufa colony. These defenders will have to hold their ground against the oncoming siege.
Okay.
It will be 3 days before the high tide washes away the competition. If the colony survives, it will inherit the beach, but this won't be an easy fight.
Okay, so I need some melees. And I need some mortars. Now that's all I have the food for right now, so alright, go and get us some food, guys.
Although the nests nearer the water have better access to the food washed up by the sea, this Rufa colony need not starve. The plant life growing nearby is home to herds of grey aphids. As they feed on plant sap, these tiny insects excrete droplets of honeydew, which the wood ants find irresistible. They need only protect the aphids from danger to receive a constant supply of sugary liquid. Doing so is not always simple, however. Hungry ladybird beetles know exactly where the aphids like to graze. They can strip an unguarded stem bare in a mere matter of minutes. The ants will need to keep a close watch over their flock.
I'll let the ants work this out. Root aphids feed off the sap from roots and secrete honeydew, which can be picked up as food. And I also... I want a worker chamber. No, sorry, the workers do not fight. How many aphids will I lose to ladybugs before I can get my colony's army to a decent strength? Ladybirds feed on aphids, and if left unchallenged will clear an aphid farm. They appear in groups and will leave only once they have taken 25% damage or after consuming an aphid. Okay, that is 92 food, which should be enough to hatch another one of my glorious ranged units. And you know what? That should allow me another worker as well. Yeah, there we go. That'll do for now. Grow, my little army, grow! You must be large and well fed by tonight.
A party of Formica Fusca black ants are heading inland. The high ground roofer colony must defend their territory.
All right then. Oh, blast.
The ants must fight.
Hopefully we have enough. Enough for that incursion, anyway.
The Roofer colony on the low ground are sending troops to clear a path for their queen. The high ground colony must keep them at bay.
Okay, thank you, computer. Ever since the most recent update, it started making that noise again, and I can't figure out how to make it stop. Okay, that's all of the invading ants, right? Okay, what have we have here? The size and frequency of the ladybird attacks will increase at night, and if left unguarded, the farms will be stripped of aphids by morning.
The lower ground colonies have relented their siege for now. Night approaches, and with it, it brings a host of nocturnal predators out onto the beach.
Okay.
The high ground ants could go underground to wait out the night, but they would have to leave their precious aphids unguarded. It is a difficult choice for this colony. Face the peril out in the open, or hide away and risk losing their only reliable source of food.
Alright, it's just a matter of marshaling the army in the appropriate directions. Oh man, my aphids! Protect the aphids! Oh no! My army is not big enough to deal with all of this. Oh no. I'm definitely gonna lose some aphids from this. Hello, Pyrocat. Welcome. I'm doing okay. There's maybe a bit more buzzing than usual in the background of the stream because one of the neighbors saw fit to fill my entire apartment with my allergens, but hopefully I'll get that cleared out soon so that I won't get sick. Stop the ladybugs! Okay, colony is full of food, so... Yeah, doing great is about what I said. I did say that one of my neighbors has been so neighborly as to fill my apartment with stuff that I'm allergic to, but I've got an air purifier running in the background, which you may hear buzzing away, that will hopefully clear it out before it gets me sick. Okay. Let's do a little upgrading. What I can afford at the moment. Oh, they landed in the middle of my ants. That's almost perfect. And away they go! I'm just gonna back out a little bit more. I don't like how much detail I lose when that happens, but I can see the ladybugs coming. Whoop, no, wait, that's 5. I want 1. Go, 1, go! Quick, before they get to the aphids!
Dawn breaks, and the battle for the high ground will soon continue. The high ground colony defended their aphid flocks well, succeeding in securing vital food supplies to see them through the oncoming onslaught.
There's like no aphids left over there. Ideally, I would be able to create a second army that would just camp out here and kill all of the insects that show up. But for the time being, defending the one colony is fine.
The Fusca colony is sending a wave of warriors to clear a path for their queen.
I admit I'm a little bit lazy for doing this defense from inside the colony, but it's just so much easier this way.
The battle has begun.
In fact, let's just pull one over here.
There are intruders.
Might as well go after all of the stuff in here, since it's going to take the aphids a little while to produce.
The Rufa colony is sending another assault. They are desperate to reach higher ground.
make some more food tiles.
More black ants are emerging from the Fusca nest.
I wish it was pollen allergies because they wouldn't have started yet this year if it was. I actually have an unusual allergy in that I am allergic to pot. It makes me incredibly sick. And unfortunately, its secondhand also makes me sick.
The ants must fight. The ants must protect the queen.
What is going on down here? And I mean, pot is legal in Canada, and I wouldn't actually begrudge anyone. Oh, my queen. I wouldn't actually begrudge anyone their enjoyment. But I really do wish that they would put a towel across their door if they're going to smoke inside, you know? Well, my neighbors don't know. That's the main thing. My neighbors actually have no idea that I have the allergy, and I don't know that they really know that my... I don't really know that they realize that their smoke is getting into my apartment as much as it does. As I haven't exactly been, I don't really want to go down the entire hall in my apartment building, knocking on the doors and saying, "Hi, I have an allergy, so if you smoke indoors, could you maybe, you know, do it out a window or put a towel across your door so that less gets into my apartment?" Not really my, not really something I want to do. As I don't actually know which of my neighbors it is, and I do know it's multiples of them, so... Mostly I just try to catch it before it gets too thick.
Night falls, and a temporary truce emerges between the warring colonies. Once again, the high-ground wood ants must make a choice. Do they defend the aphids, or will they hide, resting their forces until the morning?
I will absolutely be defending the aphids. What are you talking about, narrator? Okay, Army, you do not collect food anymore.
The ants must defend themselves.
My army isn't as big as I would have liked to have made it, but I did get a whole bunch of them upgraded, so hopefully that will make a difference. And I do definitely have a level 3 in here somewhere. Prime opportunity to put out a passive-aggressive note. Oh yes, those are passive aggression is very popular in Canada. We are an extremely passive-aggressive country. We have made the word sorry passive-aggressive. So I have considered it, but I don't currently have a working printer, so it would have to be like handwritten, and I'm lazy. I'd have to make 3 or 4 copies, like one for the elevator and one for each stairwell. And yeah, I just, lazy. I'm lazy. And also, there's the way of phrasing it so that people actually do it instead of digging in their heels and doing the exact opposite. I just don't know that I really want to deal with it. Oh boy. I am so glad I've got that level 3 mortar ant in there. Yeah, confrontation isn't great. And it's hard to be like, could you please change what you're doing in your own private apartment for my comfort, sort of thing, which feels kinda, I guess, icky. That feels so juvenile, but okay, I am going to build a couple more workers. And I'm gonna expand the mortar chamber a little. Oh! Mine aphids! Get away from my aphids! Okay, I'm just gonna nudge 5 over this way, just so that they'll pick up those corpses. Yeah, exactly. Like, it really does feel like such a small thing to ask. Hey, could you put a towel across the bottom of your door? But you gotta be real careful about phrasing it, especially as, like, to complete strangers, so that, you know, they actually feel like doing it. As half the time I've had to explain my pot allergy to people, they've taken it as an accusation, or basically as me saying, you know, never smoke pot again because I'm allergic, and that's not what I've tried to say, but that's how they've taken it. And I mean, there's a wonderful world of edibles out there that I wish I, you know, could convince the entire world to go for. Because I can choose to not live by a place where edibles are being manufactured. Okay, back underground. We're gonna make a few more mortars. Well, edibles, it is very easy to overdo it. That must be admitted, and there's a lot of people who will, like, have an edible and they'll be like, hey, I don't really feel it yet after 5 minutes, and then they have more. And that way just lies don't let anybody tell you you can't overdose on pot, because you can. It's unlikely to be fatal, but man, you are gonna regret it.
Dawn breaks, and the battle for the high ground will soon continue. The high ground colony defended their aphid flocks well, succeeding in securing vital food supplies to see them through the oncoming onslaught.
Defend the aphids! Okay, and down here, let's run some upgrades. You know what, let's get a couple more of the melee soldiers.
More black ants are emerging from the Fusca nest.
The army is getting pretty respectable.
The battle has begun.
Wrong button. Okay.
More soldiers are emerging from the Rufa nest. The battle has begun.
We're good. We're fine. We're okay. I need to watch my food levels, though. Overdose doesn't mean death, but man, it can be awful. Yeah, yeah. I have a friend who didn't necessarily overdose, but definitely overdid. And yeah, he was having a bad night. Oh boy. So yeah, it is much easier to overdose on edibles than it is if you're smoking or what have you. But still, you know, like, I'm selfish.
Both lower ground colonies are now sending
Anxiety
out
and
armies at the same
paranoia for a
time.
month.
The battle has begun.
Oh dang! I didn't know they could last that long. My great sympathies to your significant other. That sounds horrible. You know what? I'm gonna pull 2 back to here as well. Work together, my armies. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna let 5 fight in the hopes
Black
of driving
ants
off
and wood
some...
ants are heading from their nests to the high ground.
Said she started to think the world is comprised of just zeros and ones, like reality wasn't real. Oh, man. That truly sounds awful. My greatest sympathies. That's just awful. And I realize that I need to turn off the fight instinct for 5 again because I need them to gather food to replace the army. Not that they're getting through the invaders. Oh wait, a few of them got through! Excellent. Got to keep army number 1 at home because of the invasions, but
Night falls, and a temporary truce emerges between the warring colonies.
Okay.
Once again, the high ground wood ants must make a choice. Do they defend the aphids, or will they hide, resting their forces until the morning?
Alright, don't gather food. Don't gather food. I have no idea how 2 is going to do with the number of critters that there's going to be, but I wish them luck. Oh no. Yeah, 2 might be a liability in this. Well, I wish them luck, whatever happens. This Army Group 2 is getting brutalized, but, But Army Group 1 is defending the aphids adequately. Oh, lordy. Let's get a couple more level 3s. Man, these big guys. Lots of food, but very distracting for the army. Okay, yeah, 2 is getting real brutalized over there, but... Okay. Lots of food. Lots and lots and lots of food. Can't complain about that. Alright, Alright, go back up the others over here. Oh my goodness, just got over here in time, apparently. Oh man, so many ladybugs. Oh, man. Hermit crabs, too distracting.
Last night's high tide was dangerously close to the low-ground nests. Today is their last chance to relocate. The low-ground colonies won't show any restraint. Their attacks will be desperately vicious. Fortunately for the high-ground colony, many aphids survived the night. Access to food will be pivotal for the upcoming battle.
Army 1. Okay. Upgrades.
A large black ant force has been sent from the Fuska nest.
Where are they coming from? They are stealing my food.
The Queen is in imminent danger.
What? When did they get inside? Okay, problem solved. Ish. Now we just need to keep them from stealing the food.
More wood ants are heading toward the high ground colony. Both lower ground colonies are now sending out armies at the same time.
Because why not? Whoop. Well, that was a mistake, but I'm just gonna run with it, I guess. You join too, I guess.
The Queen is in imminent danger.
Oh boy. Actually, let's let 2 go this way. Food, guys! Food! Now! Before they attack again.
The day is almost over. The low ground is already starting to flood. The lower ground nests are emptying completely, and the ants are rushing up the bank. This is their final assault.
Man, I hope my armies are big enough. I honestly don't know. Come on, ants, come on. I believe in you. Alright, 2, you're allowed to gather. Simply because that queen, the other one, is apparently chock full of food. And we're gonna need that for the other colony.
The wood ants upon
Wait.
the hill have finally defeated
Really?
their would-be successors. Tomorrow their empire will expand to the undefended intertidal flats below, commanding both the aphid farms and the bounty of the sea.
Oh,
This
well,
colony
dang.
will rise to become an undeniable power in the undergrowth.
Okay, definitely not complaining. Going for extra food this time. I need the food. Cool. I thought that there was the second colony to attack, but apparently it just drowned, maybe?
Is it feeding time already?
Yes, our queen is insatiable.
Why you gotta say it in such a creepy way, dude? Okay, let's see how this affects the food stores back at home. As I don't know if it's going to be enough to fill up the food stores since I have space for just over 5,000 food, but yes. Gather, my little ants, gather! You will need this food. It is your strength. Because, yeah, I'm definitely going to need all this food. I do kind of wish that there was, like, a fast forward on this game. Just for the sections like this. I mean, it's lovely to watch all the ants just, you know, doing their thing. But it's also... they're just gathering food. I have nothing for them to do but gather food. I'm not even doing things to the colony right now. So it's a little dull, is what I'm saying. Okay, gotta make sure they get every speck of food out here. Because, yeah, I am definitely gonna have to run another challenge to fill up. I spent a lot of food making army number 3 for this. So... Make sure we gather everything. I like having the numbers on the food. It is a pity that it completely covers up the really nice graphics. Like, these seeds really look like seeds. Even though I turned down the graphics on this game, it's really quite impressive. Okay, 5 down here. 1 up here, I guess. Man, look at that. So close and yet so far. I need less than 1,000 more food, and yet there is definitely not 1,000 food right there. What a pity. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to rerun another challenge. Okay, well, come to think of it, I have 65 royal jelly now. Is there anything I can do to enhance my troops with that? No. No, there does not appear to be anything that I can really get for 65 jelly. Unless I want to be messing with the home ants. The gene thief workers. Although... You know... This would be really good. Yeah. Efficient brood. Unless I want to save up jelly, yeah, it's too much. Alas. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make the gene thief basic workers make it so that they're no longer slowed by walking on nurseries, because my nurseries are huge. So I will do that. And, you know, save. And rerun a challenge. I'm going to rerun Rising Tide, but not as a challenge level, just as a medium difficulty. And we'll see how well this goes.
This Formica rufa wood ant queen has laid her first brood in a burrow near the sea. Her nest is just on the outskirts of the beach, the perfect vantage point for scavenging hapless morsels washed in by the tide. At the moment, the tide is out, but it won't stay that way. The ants must make haste and stockpile what they can, while they can.
Okay, you know, I have the most space up here, so... Give me a soldier. How do I make this chamber the right shape? Close enough. Okay. Soldier, worker... okay, soldier, mortar, worker.
There is food to be found all over the beach.
Alright, wood ants can build workers and two types of soldier. One soldier is a melee fighter and the other is a ranged attacker that fires acid from its abdomen. For the ranged attackers, you can choose between a slow firing rate with high damage or a fast firing rate with low damage. The tide brings a wealth of food from the sea, but it will not be accessible forever. Collecting the resources closest to the sea first will mean that they do not get washed out when the tide rises.
But the wood ants must be cautious and choose their trails carefully. Tiger beetles frequent the higher ground, and they will make quick work of any wood ant that strays too close.
For now, we're putting everyone in the same boat, but I will be separating the workers from the fighters a bit later. But considering that I only have 3 ants, everybody's going to run together.
There are other wood ants out here.
Stray wood ants will often gather food if they see it. It may be wise to take food from their paths as a matter of priority.
They have also
I'm
come to
okay
take
with
advantage
that.
of the buffet provided by the sea. Territorial disputes will invariably favor the colony with the greater numbers. The battle has begun.
What is attacking my ants? Oh, another ant. Okay, that's fine. Just gotta keep an eye on the tide warning. Alright, we need to be able to hold more food.
The ants will fight to the death.
Yeah, I need a fairly respectable army by the time night falls, but we're doing okay for now because we've still got even the lowest part of the tide.
The ants must fight.
When upgraded to level 3, your ranged wood ants gain an extra ability. Mortar wood ants will gain an area damage on impact hitting nearby enemies, while rapid fire wood ants slow enemies they hit. Upgrades come later. For now, I'm all about gathering. And growing. Numbers, not upgrades. Oh, I want the upgrades, don't get me wrong. But I need to increase the size of my army. Yes, that's right. Gather all the food. Oh, tide is rising.
The tide is coming in. Soon the lower levels of the beach will be flooded. Any ants caught in the surge will be washed out to sea.
Yeah, there we go. Back in here, I would like another soldier, please. Wait a minute, is there a beetle of some sort? Is that what the big... No, it's just other ants. Never mind. We're good enough against other ants. Except that the tide is rising again.
The water is rising quickly. The ants must head for higher ground.
Dang, we got practically no food from that spot. Is my army enough to take any of these on? I don't know. Problem for future Foxwine down there.
The battle has begun. The tide has almost reached its highest point. The sands east of the nest are about to be completely flooded.
All right.
The tide is in, and soon night will fall. As the temperature drops outside, nocturnal creatures begin to awaken. It would be wise for the roofer colony to stay underground, and hope that their nest remains hidden until the morning.
I mean, I am taking chances going after the food here, but when nightfall comes, a more hostile environment on the surface. With nightfall comes a more hostile environment on the surface. Nocturnal creatures will emerge, and if they're attacked, will head for your nest. Some of these creatures may find your nest anyway. Hermit crabs are less damaging than most large creatures, however they have high health. When their health gets low, they can hide in their shell and regenerate for a short time. Make sure your army is large enough to counter this.
Overground, nocturnal hermit crabs rule over the sands at night. These creatures are typically scavengers, searching for algae and carrion on the beach. But due to the unusual incursion of Formica rufa colonies into this area, this particular community of crabs has developed a taste for ant flesh.
Yeah, and as much as I would like to lure them in, I'm just not sure my army is enough.
A hermit crab has found its way into the nest. The ants must mount a swift and decisive defense.
Let's get some more food storage going on here. Come on, Group 5, I believe in you. Good job, Group 5.
A group of hermit crabs have stormed the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Okay.
More hermit crabs have found the nest.
Three of them is more than I had really bargained for, but I believe in you, ants. I believe you can do it. Man, I wish I had a level 3 already. You can do it, ants! We've nearly got 2 of them. There goes one. There goes another. There's a third. Okay, there's just the 4th left now. Come on. Yes, it is done. So much food in a hermit crab.
The tide is receding and a new day dawns. The hunters of the night return to the safety of the shadows, and the ants can begin to lay down new trails. The harvest must go on. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Okay, the army can take care of those just fine. 5. It's food gathering time. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait, darn it. 5 goes here. 1 goes here. Dang, I wish I'd noticed that earlier. Okay, you know what? I want 1 making this trek as well, please.
The ants must defend themselves.
Against... Okay, it's more ants, so it's fine. It's very doable when it's more ants. Okay, let's make a full chamber worth of soldiers. And let's get some more mortars started. Okay. If I can, I'd like all of my
colony is
melee
starving.
units to be
There's
level
not
2.
enough food to feed the new brood.
Working on that. They're coming back with food right now. I can see the green line on the map. Look at them coming back with food. Okay, that should be enough food for a while. Or enough capability of food storage for a while. How are we doing on decimating the food supplies? Oh, pretty darn good. Okay. I'm just gonna clear out these notices because they're starting to bug me.
The ants must defend themselves.
That happens so quickly that it's over. Yes, that's right.
The tide is coming in.
All right.
Soon the lower
Rising
levels of
tide.
the beach will be flooded. Any ants caught in the surge will be washed out to sea.
Pity about that last bit of food, but I got the majority of the stuff on the lowest tier.
The ants must defend themselves.
Are these ants actually taking any of the food? Or are they just wandering around aimlessly? I think they're just wandering around aimlessly.
water is rising quickly. The ants must head for higher ground.
Already? Dang. Okay. I think I'm gonna go this way next time. Oh, cloud of my ants is coming.
The tide has almost reached its highest point. The sands east of the nest are about to be completely flooded.
All right. Oh, wait, tiger beetle. I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope I get lucky. I didn't get lucky. Oh no. Beach tiger beetle is fast, so unless you wish to take them on, it might be wise to steer clear of their patrolling areas. They have a powerful attack and damage multiple ants at a time.
There is another creature roaming the sands tonight. Arctosa littoralis,
Oh,
the
right.
beach wolf spider. In the day, these spiders retreat to the shade provided by larger plants on the edge of the beach. But once the sun is gone, they are far more active and on the hunt for a midnight feast.
I do not have as much food as I'd hoped for.
A wolf spider has found the nest entrance. She is only small, but her venom will quickly incapacitate any ant that tries to fight alone. There are intruders in the nest.
Alright, we're going to send 5 down here. We're going to bring 1 back up. Slightly forward of the queen. Get some food gather on here. I don't need as much food as I can store for my army, but I'd hate to have the ants just be idle all night waiting for predators to come. But there seems to be a fair amount of food in this chamber, so and if we're lucky, the next attackers will be hermit crabs rather than a wolf spider. There's a lot of food in a hermit crab. spider.
Another wolf spider has entered the nest. This one is large, fast, and voracious.
Oh, good. She finally stood still for a little while. Goodbye, wolf spider. That seems to be a really good thing in this game, is to always store way more food than you actually need. Okay, we've run out of food down there, so let's bring 5 back up. It's very tempting to use the tactic that I had before when I was being starved for food, of sending the group out to lure in a hermit crab. I wonder if I can find one close enough to the nest. As well as being fast, upon entering your nest, the wolf spider will head for your nurseries and then to your queen. Defending near your queen during these attacks could save your colony. Like, there is a hermit crab, like, right over here. What if I... Or... better plan. More wolf spiders.
More wolf spiders have found the nest.
I noticed, thank you. Alright, that's it for them. Food store is full. Well, don't mind if I do. Okay, 5 is under attack. Time to pull them back. I'll bring 1 slightly forward as well. Okay, come on. I know you're gonna come into the nest. Why aren't you coming into the nest? Concern it. I gave them an engraved invitation.
As the sun rises over a new day, the tide recedes. The nocturnal creatures return to the shadows, and once again, the harvest must continue.
Okay, let's wait for the tide to go fully down. Off you go, kids. I love this part. You know, before they get all strung out when they're like moving as an army. Best part. Okay, better get to work on giving them a reason to pick up food.
The ants must fight.
They'll be fine. I have full confidence in my ants against the daytime problems. Okay, is there still food on my ant's path? Not so much. Alright, let's send them upwards instead. Thank you for the follow there, Kleberberson. Much appreciated. That will give you access to some of the cutest emotes here on Twitch, and it will allow you to earn channel points faster for my various channel point rewards. And welcome to the channel. Well, there is a big enemy up here, but I believe that my army can deal with it once my army actually gets here. Here they come. I prefer to use the mortar. And I do have some level 3s in here, so... Oh, come on. How far do I have to go to break into this chamber? Oh, apparently I... Okay, well, I'm just going to reset 5 to go over here because it looks like we've gotten all of the stuff on the lower area. Am I from... You seem to have stopped before your sentence did.
The ants must defend themselves.
I don't have any company affiliations, if that's what you're asking. If you're asking about where I'm from in general, I am Canadian.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Oh, Brazil. I've had a few viewers from there before. And that takes care of that. Okay, group 1. Get back on the gathering. I just wanted to open that up in case I needed it tonight. Speaking of things I might need tonight.
The tide is coming in. Soon the lower levels of the beach will be flooded.
Okay.
Any ants caught in the surge will be washed out to sea.
Oh boy, what do we got going on down here? Oh, just other ants. Alright, we good. We are more than a match for other ants at this point. And I've already pretty much cleared out the food in the lowermost area, so this is fine. Hi, the army's here. Bye-bye, beetle, bye-bye. Which pretty much opens up this section as well, which is excellent. Yeah, doing pretty well. Basically what I'm trying to do is get my army nice and beefy, because I know that tonight is going to be difficult.
The water is rising quickly. The ants must head for higher ground.
Okay, hopefully I haven't pulled them back too slowly. Oh yeah, I'm gonna lose some ants. No! My army! Oh, I'm sorry, girls. Okay. I opened that up. I wonder if I should open this up as well.
The tide has almost reached its highest point. The sands east of the nest are about to be completely flooded.
I don't know that I'm going to have time before the attack to do this, though.
The tide is in, and soon night will fall. As the temperature drops outside, nocturnal creatures begin to awaken. It would be wise for the roofer colony to stay underground, and hope that their nest remains hidden until the morning.
Alright, 5, I want you to move up as emergency defense. Okay, 1 has dealt with that. Alright, 1, get in there. 5.
A wolf spider has found the nest.
Several wolf spiders found the nest, but it seems to be... well, stuff is certainly going on here.
The queen is in imminent danger.
No, she's not. Okay. For the time being, 5, you are nest. The advantage of the setup that I have going on here is that I have this group of worker ants that I can shift around as I need to. I am not going to be attempting to lure any hermit crabs this time around. There is enough food around here that we're doing pretty okay on that front. Although, you guys, I don't want you collecting food anymore. That last attack is going to be terrifying.
More hermit crabs have found the nest.
Alright, those are hermit crabs, so I'm going to move the 6 in here. Because unlike wolf spiders, hermit crabs will not go after hermit crabs will not specifically go after the workers, so I don't need to have the extra workers around. Alright, you go back into the nest colony. I really want the extra workers for when the wolf spiders attack, because they go specifically after the brood chambers, which is difficult. And if I sneakily upgrade... there.
A huge wolf spider has found the colony.
See, this is what I wanted the extra workers inside the nest for.
These ants are facing an overwhelming infestation.
I am glad I did those sneaky upgrades. Alright, there goes the mother spider, so it's just all the babies we gotta worry about now. Which is why having the AoE spiders was so helpful.
The queen is in imminent danger.
Oh, one of the babies actually managed to survive for a bit there. Okay. The colony... Okay, we made it through the mother spider and the brood, which is one of the things that I was very worried about. Okay, you lot... Food. We need food. Get food. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna keep giving me food stores warnings, but... Okay. Back into the nest group you go.
As the ants grow in number, the local predators pose less and less
Spider
of a
just
danger.
clipped right through my
Eventually,
queen.
they will be displaced from this area entirely. Despite the dangers of the beach, it seems this intrepid queen's gamble to establish her colony here has ultimately secured her success.
Oh dear. Alright. I want extra food out of this. And we'll end level.
Is it feeding time already?
Yes, our queen is insatiable.
Just a cloud of ants bringing food back to the colony. Okay. Have we finally filled up the food stores? Maybe. Oh, that larvae doesn't stand a chance. Oh, we're getting very close to filling up here. Oh, it's amazing. Okay. All right. That is good news. That is I'm going to try the Formicarium challenge again. All right. 2, you're coming up here, don't gather food. 1, you're coming up here, don't gather food. 3, you are also not gathering food, and you are staying close to the queen, just in case. Very good. And 5, you do not battle, and you are on top of the food stores. Okay. Alright. Okay, okay. I'm going to try the second Formicarium challenge now. It's a pity I don't have enough royal jelly to do anything else with, but... Alright. Formicarium challenge 2. Medium difficulty. Here goes.
Seems to have made significant progress. Perhaps it is time we began phase 2 of the trial.
Agreed. I will prepare the feeder colonies.
Let's ease them in with a familiar disturbance. Introduce 20 Formica fusca ants.
The fusca
Alright.
colony is attached, and the ants are on their way.
They're coming from over here, so 1... Very inconvenient place for the food to be, but can't do much about that.
I see they haven't lost their potency. Now let's try the Formica rufa ants.
The rufa will be more aggressive. Our raptors will need to put up a strong defense. Adding 20 rufa ants.
Okay, that group is doing alright.
Once again, our raptors have neutralized the threat to their queen.
Good. Continue the experiment as before. But don't push the colony too hard.
Of
Stop
course.
leaving the room!
That would be irresponsible.
Oh, woman, why do you keep leaving the room?
Introducing 40 rufa ants. Excellent defense.
Okay.
Increasing to 50 rufa ants.
You know what? It's ridiculous. Back them up.
Good.
Would it be unfair to help the colony out? Perhaps. But I'm feeling generous. Collect your seeds swiftly, my little ants.
Still working on the previous set,
Now,
thank you.
Let's see how they handle the rufa and the fusca invaders. We will start with 30 of each. A wonderful victory on 2 fronts. Perhaps we should try 3 colonies this time. Introducing 30 of each.
Yeah.
Rufa, Fusca,
Pulling back.
Raptor ants.
Good, good. A little helping hand for what comes next. Collect it quickly. Faster, faster.
I should have made this chamber bigger.
I wonder how long they will survive against a sustained flow from all 3 colonies. Let's see.
Okay. This music is way too calm for the
Well,
war that's going on
tremor
right now.
reptiles, But what's this? A giant tiger beetle has joined the fray.
Ex-tiger beetle.
And another. Oh no, 3 tiger beetles.
Just food for the colony, don't worry about it. Good, 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 good. The food stores are full. Excellent. Means we're not losing very many ants yet. He's just keeping up that sustained flow, isn't he? It is working though. So far this strategy is working.
Good work, my little ants. But
Okay.
what's this? 1, 2, 3, 9, 10 wolf spiders. It hardly seems fair.
Okay, was that all the spiders, or is he going to throw more spiders at me? This is as far as I got last time I tried. I don't know what happens after this point.
Yes! Victory to the Raptor!
What's going on here?
Yes, the ants performed excellently against the Rufa. They just staved off an attack from 40 Rufans.
40?
Liar!
I think that's enough for now. We don't want to overstress them.
Agreed.
I am very stressed. You know what? I'm taking the extra royal jelly. What on earth is this now?
Continue to watch over the formicarium. Additional experiments will be on hold for the time being.
I understand. No more tests.
Oh man, he's such a jerk. Alright, I'm gonna send 2 over here. Move these ants back to 5. Might as well send 1 over here. Three shall continue to hold the position that they have. I'm going to need another army for the next challenge after this one. I just don't know what the next challenge after this one actually is going to be. Okay. Let's add some more food tiles. Get those suckers upgraded. There we go. And I'm going to slightly increase this group. Yeah, there we go. There are ants actually performing for group 5, right? You know, these guys are right here. It's odd how I don't have any ants responding to the... Oh, I understand what happened. I get it. Because I emptied out that group. What is this here?
A few ereptors can't hurt.
What? What just happened? Not entirely certain how I requested that. But I think maybe I shouldn't press those buttons until I know what they do. Which I don't. I don't know what they do. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. I'm going to have to start working on army number 4. Which... rehouse the colony? Hold on a moment. Let's save. Rehouse the colony? This tank is not suitable for the upcoming tests. It is time to rehouse the colony. You will be awarded amount of jelly during the switch based on colony size, construction, stored resources, and territory. Okay. Speaking of which, that means that I should probably spend my jelly before doing that. I think I would like a queen upgrade. Upon dropping to 75% health, your nurseries will spawn their own eggs. Eggs will instantly hatch, and eggs will hatch for free for 20 seconds, giving you an unlimited army during this time. Cooldown 300 seconds. Huh. Royal Guard. Upon dropping to 75% health, spawn 14 Royal Guard. These are incredibly powerful ants near your queen that last for 60 seconds. Additionally, empty nurseries will receive eggs, and all eggs will hatch for free for 5 seconds. Okay. Second Wind. Upon dropping to 75% health, restore your queen's health back to full and become invulnerable for 30 seconds. Cooldown 300 seconds. And Fierce Mother. Upon dropping to 75% health, confuse any enemy within a huge radius of the queen, covering almost the entirety of your underground for 10 seconds. Cooldown 300 seconds. Okay. I think I like the Royal Decree. Like if you combine the Royal Decree with this Second Wind, I think that would be incredibly powerful. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna buy those two. We're gonna get Royal Decree. And I'm going to get Second Wind. There we go. That was so much of my jelly. Okay. Alright, save. Okay, and let's double check to make sure that I've upgraded everything that is upgradable in my army. And the answer is currently yes. Everything that can be upgraded is upgraded. The workers, not so upgraded, but that's on purpose. Okay. I mean, I could... You know what? Let's increase... let's see, those are not mortar ants. Those are black ants. Are these the ones? Okay, those are the black ants. Where is the chamber for these guys? Oh, over here. Okay. Juicy upgrades. Okay. Army number 3 is still weaker than 2, but it's stronger than 1. Maybe I should give 1 some of their own mortar ants? Army 1 is still not quite as strong as Armies 2 or 3, but you know, they'll do. Okay. Let's let the ants refill the food stores. Because I don't know whether I get to keep the stuff that is already in there, or if it's based on how much stuff I'm storing. But why take chances? Oh, right. Let's let the armies gather. Well, don't I feel foolish now? Well, that certainly explains why it was taking so long to rebuild the food after all those upgrades. As I'd really hate to waste all this food that's on the surface, because I doubt I'm going to get it back. So we'll just let the colonies gather. I love this. Look at this swath of green through here. It's all the ants moving. Okay, this is all the food that's left. So once I've filled up the coffers, you know what? There. That'll increase the power in Army 1. it will allow me to store more of that food from the surface. What, me? Greedy? Never. I've never had a greedy bone in my body in my life. Nice. Yes, bring the food to the colony, my little ants. Oh, glorious you. Okay, let's shift 5 over this away. And shift 2 over this away. Actually, maybe not be my best choice, but... there we go. It doesn't fill up the new food stores, but every speck of food currently on the surface has been taken by the colony. We'll just let them finish delivering that all. Excellent. Okay. Now I'm ready to move the formicarium. Alright, let's rehouse the colony. This tank is not suitable for the upcoming tests. It is time to rehouse the colony. You will be awarded an amount of jelly during the switch based on colony size, construction, stored resources, and territory. Alright, rehouse?
The counterpart colony has been delivered. We need to commence preparation for the final experiment. After that, we can dispose of the specimens and close the project. You should begin transplanting our ereptors into the modular formicarium, and be careful with the queen.
Yes, yes, I know how to use a trowel.
Ugh.
Wait, am I gonna have to rebuild? Ugh.
Close the project? Bah! Did you hear that? Final experiment, my foot! I'm in charge of the colony, and I will decide when we've finished testing. There. All set in your new home. Grow quickly, my little ants. We have lots of work to do.
I do have to start over. Oh, all that I... Your queen and a few workers have been moved into a new formicarium ready for the next experiment. All territory, construction, and food have been lost, but you have been awarded jelly based on your colony size and resources. Any upgrades still remain. Yeah, that's great, but look at me now. Ugh. Alright. Yeah, no food. You've gained access to 2 more Formicarium levels and a new Formicarium challenge. These will see you play as the industrious leafcutter ants. Formicarium challenges 1 and 2 can no longer be repeated. Okay. This is really nice out here. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, can I read any of that? That's looking in can't though the close accord word for it. I can only read like certain words here and there. Oh, it's too blurry. Alright, back to the tank. It's a nice tank. It's a very nice tank. I hate this whole starting over thing, though. Not even a single speck of food. Okay. Okay, fine. Fine, apparently this is what's happening. I have 2 new levels to play, but it is about time for my break. So what I'll do is I will take a break. I will refill my tea because it is freezing here. And have a quick stretch, maybe a little bio. And then when I come back, I will run the harvest. Okay, so I will just save and pause here. And I will take care of those things, and I will be back in just a few minutes. Hello, I have returned from my break, and I think it's time to do some more challenges because my colony is feeling woefully empty. So I'm going to need some resources. I need resources very badly, apparently. Because, yeah, it's really empty in here. It's super empty in here. Oh, all my ants. What is this? The blue player's minimap can only be accessed while your colony is present in their nest. I mean, my colony is in their nest? Alright, whatever. Okay, I'm not going to think about it. I'm also not going to spend royal jelly right now because these new challenges involve the leafcutter ants, which means that I should be getting some leafcutters on top of what I already have access to here. So I should really figure out what, if anything, I want in the leafcutters, I suppose. Alright. The harvest. Colonies in close proximity create competition for leaves and ultimately survival. Interesting. Alright. Medium difficulty. Unit options. Taunt. Majors taunt enemies to attack them. At level 3 on low health, they will gain very high resistance for 4 seconds. Or stun. Majors stun enemies periodically. At level 3, stunned enemies are heavily slowed for 4 seconds. That's a tough one. That's a tough choice. Those are both good things. I'm gonna try stun. I kind of like the idea of the stun, I guess. Maybe. Things and stuff! Okay. Let's see what I've got here. I've not played this far in the game before, so oh my goodness, she's huge.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find food quickly, they will all starve.
Okay.
The juicy grubs nearby are a staple meal for many underground opportunists, but for now at least, they will go ignored. This budding Atacephalotus leafcutter colony has only one viable source of food, and it must be collected above ground.
Oh, joy. Okay, leafcutters gather food differently to other species. They only eat fungus which they cultivate from leaves. You will only find leaves on the surface. You will need a chamber to store leaves before they can be gathered. Build a leaf storage chamber from the build menu. The first tile you build is free, and further tiles will cost 5 fungus. Oh boy, okay. Leaf storage tile. Allows the colony to store up to 10 leaves on this tile. The leaves must then be taken to nurseries before they can be used. The first tile is free. Okay. I'll just put this here then. And what is this? Refuse tile. Ants walking over this tile will be slowed and damaged. Nearby non-refuse tiles will have upgrade points reduced by 2. Allows the colony to store up to 10 refuse, which will slowly decay on this tile and is required to process dead fungus from nurseries. The first tile is free. Oh joy. Okay. What if we just go over this way? And put down a fungus tile at the furthest end. Miners are the workers of the leafcutter colony. They are smaller, though not the smallest, than other colony members and can carry only small leaf chunks in a single run. They are also slowed while carrying leaves. Well, that would be great if I could actually, build any ants. Refuse stored in the refuse chamber will decompose slowly, freeing up space for more. Refuse chambers will reduce neighboring tiles' upgrade points, so build them away from nurseries. That's the idea. Okay, ants passing through a refuse chamber may suffer an illness, damaging and reducing their stats and movement speed for a short time. It is best to keep refuse chambers separate and make sure ants have no need to pass through them. Minims are not affected by this. Well, that's why I put it off at the side. Okay, ladies, I'm so sorry, but food.
A small scouting party of minor workers could lead any number of deadly jungle creatures back to their undefended queen. They will need time and luck on their side.
What is this?
The workers have located a patch of young seedlings. Just what they were looking for. The leaves are soft enough to be sliced up with ease and carried back to the nest.
I love this animation. Okay, most plants you see are harvestable. Simply place a marker nearby and your colony will climb and harvest leaves from nearby plants.
The harvested leaf chunks are not eaten directly. Instead, they are used by the very smallest minim workers to cultivate a nutritious fungus.
Okay. Back to
The
being
ants'
nest workers,
activities
you guys.
outside the nest have not gone unnoticed. They are being watched.
It's okay that they can't collect any more leaves. Every brood tile you build will hatch a minim for free. These tiny ants perform two important tasks in the colony, taking small chunks of leaf from storage to the nurseries to be cultivated into fungus, and removing the remains of used fungus from the nurseries. Once fungus has been spent, its remains will need to be removed before more can be cultivated. A free minim will take waste from the nurseries and place it in the refuse chamber if you have built one, where it will decay over time.
The most accessible leaves are located to the north of the nest entrance. However, another atta colony has already laid claim to them. The close proximity of these nests places the two colonies in direct competition with one another. Time will tell which has the potential to grow into a great empire, and which will submit to the unforgiving law of the Undergrowth.
We will note for the record that I am very resource starved right now. Okay. Man. How do you... Oh, you just click on it again. Okay. I need someplace to put another chamber that won't run into an enemy too soon. That'll work. Oh. Big empty space. Interesting. Alright. media ant. Up to 20 fungus can be generated and held for use on this tile once leaves are brought here. Okay, so there's media and major. What is the difference between the media and the majors?
As the sun sets below the horizon, and the thick rainforest canopy shrouds all but the slightest glimmer of moonlight, the predators of the night begin to emerge.
Oh no. I am inadequately prepped. $80, $150. Oh boy. I can't even store enough food to put down a soldier. I'm assuming that that's a soldier. Well, this is pretty bad, I gotta say. Definitely not my best start. I mean, this is really peaceful and nice. Just watching this happen, but attacking the enemy's colony trails may push them back temporarily, but be prepared for them to return with stronger numbers in retaliation. It may be wise to push them back, harvest leaves quickly, then retreat. The leafcutter media are the staple harvesters of the colony. They can harvest twice the amount a worker can and are not slowed when carrying leaves. Their medium size allows them to walk over workers and under majors. Okay. Okay, so they're... Can I afford a major? No, I cannot. I need to save up so I can afford one major. The layout of your nest is important to keeping things running smoothly. Needs leave to be stored, then taken by the minims to brood chambers. The resultant waste must then be moved to refuse chambers. The distance these chambers are from one another will change the speed resources are processed. Yeah, that makes sense. Just keep gathering, just keep gathering. You know what, let's make these speed tiles. That should help. Oh.
These rove beetle larvae are distant relatives of the European devil's coach horse. Despite a few million years of separation, they share the same carnivorous appetite, razor-sharp pincers, and most importantly, a fearsome final form.
Yeah, well, it's an ex-beetle now. I've nearly got enough for a major. I don't know if that's actually the right choice, though. It might be better to get more of these guys. Okay, so the colony can currently hold 240 fungus. I'm not entirely certain I understand this meter, to be honest.
Daybreak has arrived, and the creatures of the night scurry back to the dark crevices of the undergrowth. For the ants, however, the objectives of the day remain unchanged. Locate vegetation, defend supply lines, and process leaves. There is no time for rest.
The minims are really cute, I have to say. I mean, they're just tiny little specks, but they're such busy tiny little specks. If you are finding a refuse backlog in your nurseries or leaf backlog in your leaf stores, you may need more minims. The cheapest way to get more is to build more worker chambers, as you get a free one for each miner. Okay. Excuse me. So the major doesn't come along with a minim. But the others do? Excuse me. Oh dear. A sip of my tea definitely went down the wrong way, I think. Okay.
A brightly patterned jumping spider, Casviri D. purpureus, has subdued one of the workers. This expert solo hunter combines extreme agility with incredible forward vision, allowing it to pounce on unsuspecting prey with pinpoint accuracy.
Well, that's great. Yeah, I mean, it'd be really nice to do without, but I think I need to spawn a major just to deal with problems like this. So, yeah, this is going to be painful, but major? That is big. That is very big. He's
The
huge!
leafcutters have raised their first major ant. Its swollen head is filled with muscle to power its crushing jaws. Few stand against it in combat and escape unscathed. This champion warrior will make a fine addition to the colony.
Yeah, hopefully I'm not going to need very many of those because they are very expensive.
Leafcutters aren't the only ants near.
Jumping spiders will avoid combat if they think they are outnumbered, but when they see a target, they pounce on it from a distance. Though not too tough, they deal high damage with their bite. The warriors of the colony, the leafcutter majors, are best put to use defending supply lines and leading the charge into battle. Majors tower over the other case and generate threat while they fight, drawing the attention of enemy attackers away from their smaller peers. These trap-jaw ants have powerful jaws doing high damage per hit. When low on health, they use their jaws to fling themselves out of harm's way, healing in the process.
Only ants nearby. Whilst the two atta colonies joust for territory, Odontomachus bauri trap-jaws roam the clearing. They can be found hunting alone or in small packs for vulnerable invertebrates to take back to their nest. They use snapping jaws to bludgeon their targets, exerting 300 times their body weight in a single blow.
Okay, so the question is, do minims spawn with these guys or just with these guys? I don't quite understand how that works from what it said.
The battle has begun.
Which battle? Where? Okay. Okay, I do get a minim with these ones as well. Which is good, because the refuse situation is becoming very problematic. Why are so many of the minims just hanging around not doing anything? I don't understand. My refuse is piling up, and yet I have idle minims.
There are intruders in the nest.
How much is really, like, left over here? Not much. Okay, let's shift our attentions over this way.
Night falls, and under the cloak of darkness, velvet worms, bush crickets, and harvestmen emerge from their hiding places. Any ant straying
not
from the
velvet
relative safety
worms.
of the trail will likely meet with an unfortunate end.
I might as well. More of a pest than a threat, the Harvestman performs brief stuns, retreats frequently, and does medium damage. At low health, they will detach a leg and try to escape. Okay.
An ant has fallen prey to a wandering harvestman. Its long, slender legs keep its vulnerable body elevated high above the leaf litter, and when threatened, it can release strong-smelling odors to deter other predators. A stern response will be needed to drive this striding nuisance away.
Okay.
There are intruders in the nest.
Well, I'm just gonna keep on keeping on, I guess. Though it looks like I need to build some more refuse tiles.
The ants must fight.
Alright, what's going on out here? Oh, it's just more of those things. Alright. Go, Major, go. Okay. Guess I just need to wait now? Let some processing get underway?
There are intruders in the nest.
Just gotta wait for processing, I guess. As I have lots of room for refuse here. Just gotta process, I guess. The opponent is definitely going to beat me to 10,000, but does that automatically mean that I lose, or... I don't understand how this works. I don't understand how any of this works. I think I can afford a second major now, though. They are so
As
big.
the sun rises over the treetops above, the diurnal jungle invertebrates emerge once again to replace their nighttime counterparts. The ants will remain steadfast in their efforts. All must be risked for the harvest. These poor ants are spending so much of their time confused. Well, okay, let's pull 2 back over here. Here, actually. A young velvet worm, Oroperipatis ecuadoriensis, has been uncovered by the ants. These ancient mysterious predators are masters of ambush. They creep toward their unwitting victims silently on soft, hollow legs. Once in range, they squirt oscillating streams of slime, forming a wide net that entraps their prey. One of the ants has fallen prey to a young, leaf-mimic praying mantis. Once in range, its long, razor-clad forelegs can ensnare and impale victims with lightning speed. As the leaves nearby are depleted and the superior hillside at a colony cuts off access to new pastures, the nest falls into ruin. The ants grow weak, the gardens rot, and the queen is left to starve. Her reign has ended.
Yeah, I started too slow. I started way too slow. unfortunate. Well, we have 19 whole food left over. Gained access to leafcutter majors from the adaptations menu. These come in 2 forms, stun or taunt, and have their own upgrades and minor improvements. Thank you. It's all very well and good, but that does not really help me at all under the circumstances. Now, the main problem that I am having is that I did not notice my apartment being pumped full of my allergen in time, and I am actually starting to feel quite unwell at the moment. So I will be wrapping up the stream much earlier than usual, for which I apologize, and which my neighbor, if they know that they'd caused it, also apologizes, because they absolutely did not do it maliciously. They do not know that I'm allergic, and they also don't know that their secondhand smoke is getting all up into my apartment. So, these things happen sometimes. It is very unfortunate, since this was the last time that I'm planning on playing Empires of the Undergrowth, at least for a while, for stream. I will certainly be playing it on my own, but I won't be streaming it again for some time. And I don't know how long that time is. But I have to go lie down. I'm very, very sorry. So, for anyone who is wondering exactly what I got up to in Empires of the Undergrowth, there is a playlist for it on my YouTube channel, which I've just had my bot link to for you. And all of the streams of Empires of the Undergrowth will be available on there, as well as all of the archives of the streams of the other games that I've done, also in their own playlists. I've tried to keep things nice and neat so that people can binge their way through particular games or series or such like. Because, you know, that's the way I like to consume YouTube. And I will be back streaming again on Wednesday night at as close to 7 p.m. as we can get enough people together to form a room. I will be playing Among Us with a pack of my friends. We will run around and yell at each other and throw each other out of airlocks and accuse each other of murder. And we'll probably also play a little hide and seek, which also involves running around and yelling, but a lot less accusations of murder and much more, oh my god, the murderer is right there. It's a very grand time. It's a lot of fun. We get pretty nuts. It's definitely something to tune in for. Then I will be back again on Thursday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be playing Valheim for Try Not to Die Thursday. I will be doing a construction project to start on Thursday, I believe, because I realize that I can make a stone cutter, and there's some things that I can do with the stone cutter that would be very useful to have set up for a bit later. Basically, going to be rebuilding my cooking pagoda is the plan, because I realize that there's some stuff I can do with stone for that will be very, very useful in the not-so-far future. And there will definitely be more exploring and some more trying to find cores so that I can build more things with the cores, like portals and such. Moobot, that is the worst possible time for an ad break. I'm trying to wrap up here. Ugh. Okay, well, then on Sunday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be playing Baldur's Gate, where I will be continuing to avoid having a long rest so that I can try to find some undercellar, bar, tavern, hotel, underground thing in the sewers so that I can stop the assassination of the Dukes of Baldur's Gate. Very important, can't sleep, must stop the assassinations. So, that's what I'll be up to on Sunday night starting at 10 p.m. And then next Monday, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, it will be the last Monday of the month, the last Monday of March, which means I will be playing Wildermyth. Wildermyth is an RPG where, while there is a set overarching plot line, the side plots and the ways that your characters develop is chosen by RNG. You never know quite what's going to happen or what relationships are going to form between your heroes, and it's all quite fascinating, and it's a lovely, lovely little game. A very distinct art style that is extremely enjoyable, and I really recommend tuning in for that next Monday night starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So that is the upcoming week in my schedule, all the things that I plan to do, all the stuff that is going to happen, and all of that. I wish that I didn't have to stop early because tonight has been a lot of fun, and I hope that all of you have had at least as much fun as I have, and I hope that you're all feeling a lot better than I am, and I hope that you have a great night. Good night.